I had a significant amount of trauma that I experienced over there, a lot of loss, and that caused a lot of hate, a lot of anger in me, a lot of all these negative emotions, and that caused my Islamic worldview to crumble. I lost my religion there. I thought people were fighting for right reasons and whatever, and they thought it's a holy war. It's like, but how can this be a holy war? It is not. The journey was not a Damascus Road experience for me. It took some time. I went from a Muslim that born in a traditional Muslim home into anti-God, and an atheist that really resisted God in every way. I was arguing with him, and every time I experienced loss, I would argue with him in my head. And every time I get to defy him and do something that not godly, I did it. And that continued all the way until I came to the States. My struggles still continued, and I couldn't fit in. And I had really hard time adjusting with civilians, really. I thought it was the cultural shock, but it was really the military versus the civilian world that I struggled with. So the only thing I know how to do is being a soldier. So what I did, I joined the Army, and I tried to pursue the goal of becoming a Green Beret myself. So I worked towards that, but that didn't happen. I had a hard time getting into Q course and pursuing that Green Beret, pursuing that crown, and I thought it was my purpose. I know the job, and I can do the job. But Jesus had different plans for me. I had a hard time getting into the Q course, which is the training course that you take before you go become a Green Beret. So after airborne school, I got deployed. I got sent to Fort Bragg. I became part of the 82nd Airborne Division, and then shortly after, 3 months from getting there, got deployed to Afghanistan. Between Iraq and Afghanistan, there were many occasions where I'm supposed to be killed, kidnapped, or blown up. But in every situation, the Lord spared me. People were praying for me. Someone was praying for me. Then I started to have the weird dreams. Now, I'm not talking about the nightmares. Those nightmares I'm familiar with. They're fine. Not fine, but I got accustomed to it. I'm used to those. But there are the demonic figures that just shows up. 3 of them is just telling me to face us, and I don't understand what they mean. And it wasn't until the man in white dream happened. It was that dream when I came back from training, and I remember sitting in my room tired, just took my top off. I still have my t-shirt, still have my pants, my boots unlaced, and I'm laying in my bed, and I passed out. I was so tired. And it was in the afternoon, late in the afternoon, and then I have this vision of this bright man that is so white I can't make up his face, and I just see this hand reaching down on me and said, I am. I didn't know who that was. That I knew who it was, and I still resisted. I still did not want to, no, that's not real. So fast forward, and I meet Hannah. And we go through this back and forth where she said, "No, man, we're not the same. We're different. We don't have the same belief system." Okay, another rejection. Fine, sure. I was still not ready, man. Then a few weeks later, Hannah hands me a book. She's like, "Why don't you read this book? This book called Jumping Through Fires." I was on my way to Turkey to meet my mom. I haven't seen her for 7 years, or maybe more at that time. But I have my deployment money. It's like, hey, I'll fly you out of Iraq. Let's go meet in Turkey. We'll have fun. So we go there, and I have this book with me on the plane, reading it and going through it once, twice, 3 times. I couldn't put that book down, literally. I just kept reading it. And it wasn't the fact that the book it had something about this guy, how he met his Southern conservative wife. There was a lot of stuff coming from a Muslim background. That book had answered those questions for me. It gave me the answers, it gave me the assurance that it doesn't matter. I don't want to give it away, but my mom wanted to go to the Blue Mosque. She wants to do some sightseeing. She wants to go pray in that Blue Mosque. As we're walking towards it, right at the gate, right before we go in, mind you, I'm struggling in my head. It's just resisting. And then all of a sudden I feel this pull on my back. Somebody was pulling me from behind. And I heard that gentle voice that told me I do not belong there. I told my mom, go ahead. You go in. I'll stay out. I turn around. And on October 24th, 2012, I said my first prayer. I said, all right. If you are real, I'll believe in you. But you have to do the rest. Man, 12 years later, since coming to Jesus, I have peace, I have joy, I have purpose, and most importantly, I know who I am and I know whose I am. After that, the Lord had called us, me and my wife, into ministry. And he called us to write the memoir, the Occupied book. And also to start the veteran ministry, Redefine Warriors, which is here under New Path Church. That ministry is for veterans, to help veterans walk them through that journey, bring them back to the Lord, restore their identity, give them just guidance, show them the way, that Jesus is the way. He has a purpose for you. He created you not just to save you. He loves you, but he doesn't just loves you. He has a purpose and he has a plan for you. So if you know a veteran, please invite him. If you are a veteran, you are invited. And we meet here at church every second Thursday from 6:30 until 8 p.m. And if you want to know our full story, the book Occupied, I got 7 copies back there. Feel free to grab one. And then, or if we run out, just grab one on Amazon. And then finally, please pray. Pray about supporting us. Pray about whether volunteer with your time, whether you volunteer with whatever, like you can preach, you can help with veterans in any way. Reach out to me and pray about it. Ask the Lord what he wants you to do.
And lastly, I just want to also invite you all. We are having a book launch on November 11th at Bo's Books and Brews. It's off of Creedmoor Road. On November 11th on Veterans Day, and it's going to be from 6:30 to 8:30. We're going to have more books available there and a book signing, but really the whole point of that is to invite a veteran to come with you. We'll be giving veterans free books and then also sharing a little bit more about Redefine Warriors. The whole point, and it's not just to write a book. I'm telling you, I don't know that I ever want to do that again, but it's definitely like a 9-month, it's like having a baby, that process. Let me tell you, it's exhausting, but the Lord called us to it, not about a platform, but it wasn't about building a platform, but about building his kingdom. So the whole point of it is that people who have experienced similar things that Waleed has experienced would find, like Waleed said, freedom and hope. So I hope that you guys can join us. Like I said, support, bring a veteran, invite a veteran to Redefine Warriors, and thank you.
Thank you.